Hi all folks, this is Max from HighOnAndroid.com. We get high on Android every day. Anyway, today we're going to install Mac OS X on my PC because I was going to actually get a MacBook Pro, and I went to the Apple store. The Apple employees weren't too nice to me. Nobody asked me. They were helping everybody else. You know, just because I'm high on Android, they didn't want to help me. That kind of sucks. Anyway, I have not bought a MacBook in my whole life. I never will. Any Mac computer products. I bought an iPad recently, which sucks, by the way. Don't buy one. Anyway, I'm gonna install OS X, Snow Leopard on my computer, because I don't want to pay for a MacBook. And you can buy a much cheaper PC with even better hardware than your dollar will go a long way if you actually install Hackintosh instead of buying a Mac. So you can get the full features of a Mac without buying a Mac. That's what Hackintosh is. For those of you who don't know, it's basically OS X on a PC. So before we begin, you'll need a compatible hardware, and I would highly suggest you don't try it on AMD unless you want to end up trying to figure out how to fix it for days. And also, Intel cores are the best. i3, i5, i7, anything Intel should work pretty easily for Snow Leopard OS X. And also, if you want to install Lion, once you install Snow Leopard, you can upgrade to Lion pretty easily. And so we're gonna do this. And what else do you need? Oh, you need to take the memory cards out. All the memory cards except for one. A lot of guys tell you can put up to 4 gigabytes, but that's wrong. These are actually 2 gigabytes. I put 2 of them in there, and I got a bunch of errors. So I finally figured out after 3 days staying up all night. You just need one memory card, and it will work fine. And that's pretty much it. And if you can't even get to the installation screen, and you follow all my steps, you're pretty much out of luck. Try another computer. I've tried 3 desktops, 3 laptops. 1 laptop I have to send back to Asus because it bricked my Asus laptop while updating the BIOS. So it's not for feeble-minded. Make sure you have a lot of time. Probably do it on the weekend when you don't have to do anything. And make sure you have about 2 days, just in case you might run into problems like me. And I wasn't able to do anything. That's why I didn't upload any videos, because I was trying to install OS X videos or OS X on my PC. But I finally did it, and I'm making a tutorial now. And yeah, I think that's it. So let's go install it. This should be pretty easy if you have the right hardware. If you have the wrong hardware, you'll get stuck forever and ever and ever. Sucks, Hi folks, so open up your PC if you have a desktop. If you have a laptop, there should be a way to take out the memory. And you can see that's my memory right there. I have 4 cards, each is 2 gigabytes. By the way, my computer is a HP model number HPE-270F. It's a POS I got on Amazon for hell of cheap. Make sure you leave the first slot. Usually it'll be marked, otherwise your computer won't boot. Mine is actually this one, because I know. And take out all the other ones. You can just pull out the memory card here and just pull all of them out. Whoops. Doing it with one hand. Do it with 2 hands. Probably not a good idea if you do it with 1 hand. There you go. So I've got 2 and 3. So I've got 1 memory card in there. Try to put in as least amount of memory, otherwise you get a bunch of errors. You can always put it back after the full install and it'll work. And I have a ATI Radeon, is that how I say it? Radeon 5770 graphics card. I've also got integrated graphics. You can take out, you don't have to take it out, just leave it on. Graphics card you can just leave on. You can see I have integrated and that one in there. And for hard disk, they say you should put, if you have only one disk, you should put it on the blue connector. For me, I didn't feel it made a difference. I just left both of them on. So we're all ready to go. Just the memory is the most important part. If you have too much memory, it's not gonna let you enter the center. So let me go boot up the iBoot disk. All right, you can put it in there. Oh, actually, let me show you the BIOS first. So let's go look at the BIOS. So I've got my power plugged in the back. I've got my USB switch plugged in to my keyboard and mouse, and also I've got one of my monitors hooked up. If you have two monitors, don't hook up both of them. Just hook up one of them, and let's power it on. Power it on. And you want to get into your what is that thing? You'll want to get into your setup. So hit F10 if you have an HP, or it should say it's usually F10, F2, or Del key. And once in your BIOS, the important thing you want to do is go find where the SATA controller mode is. Make sure it's on AHCI like that. Don't set it on RAID or IDE, otherwise you'll get errors. And that's pretty much it. I didn't mess with anything else. Also, I didn't mess with any of these things. And let me see here. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Sometimes you might have more options. It depends on your BIOS. And also boot device priority. Make sure to set to your DVD, CD drive first. All right. And then I'm gonna put in my iBoot disk, and then I'm gonna boot it. Okay. So I'm gonna save this. I should put in the disk right now. You can put it in. Save changes. Say yes. Let me get my tripod real quick. So once you boot up, you'll get a screen like this. Mine's all messed up, but it's all right. Take the iBoot disk out. All right. Once you boot it into this, and then put in your Snow Leopard retail DVD. All right. And then hit F5. I'm gonna hit F5 on my computer, and that will actually start reading the disc. Don't worry about the read error. It's just trying to read the CD. Well, I just inserted it. That's why you're getting those errors. But that's no problem. And you get this OSX. You don't have to move it around. You can move it around. You can choose different partitions. But you get the Mac OS X installer. Sorry, my monitor's messed up here. Here we go. Let me adjust it real quick. Hold on, let me adjust it for you. Well, mine's looking all weird, but it's okay. Just you'll see Mac OS X installer, and what you'll do is don't hit enter yet. Type graphics enabler equals no space minus V minus F. So what this does is disables your graphics card from loading. Minus V, it'll show you all the stuff, all the error messages if you get any. And minus F will force it into safe mode. And I usually, I highly suggest you put it in that mode. I've tried various different methods, and this was the best way you can do it. There you go. So you want to do it like that. Sorry about my camera angle here. Kind of just working out of this mess here because I haven't doing anything. So hit enter, and you'll get a bunch of messages. If your motherboard or whatever is not supported, you'll get an error like right away. You'll get this ACPI error, or if your disk is bad or something for some reason. So make sure you use Intel Core processors. Otherwise, it's just going to be hard for you to actually get this working. And also, for hard disk, make sure you have like a empty hard drive to use, or second hard drive. I have actually 2 hard disks in here. So you know, the other one I have Windows and Ubuntu, and this one I'm gonna install my new Hackintosh. So I just did it, so I'm just making the video again, because I was kind of struggling for like 2.5 days. Took me a while to get it working. Just everything's got to fit in place. But the most important thing again is the your processor. If you're on Intel, it's going to be much easier than AMD, and probably desktops are easier than PCs. So if you're going to do this for the first time, make sure just do it on an easy machine, like a desktop that has an Intel, you know, with graphic cards, NVIDIA, or you know, ATI. So that's going to keep going, and you might even get errors after this. Then you're pretty much screwed. If you did everything right, the HCHI setting for your hard disk and BIOS, and you know, so we'll just let this keep going. I'll just leave it on so you can actually see it, and I'll just keep blabbing. But it's really good because I was gonna give up. I actually gave up last night. I was trying it to this till like 4 a.m. But you know, I'm the type of personality that'll never give up until I get it going. And this reminded me of me installing Ubuntu like 10 years ago, when it was still in its infant stages and Ubuntu didn't really support that much hardware. Apple iOS is kind of like that. I mean, it's not built for, you know, non-Apple PCs, but you know, come on, if there's a whole community of people doing it, they should, you know, at least just try to support it. But no, they're closed source. They rather have people buy Apple products, you know, then make, you know, they could actually, you know, make it better, and you know, let everybody install Mac OS X. And you know what, that would make Apple way more popular than right now. But no, they have to be evil, and you know, they don't want to do that, which sucks. And you know, that's why I spent over 2 days, and a lot of the instructions are online, or you know what, they kind of, they're all right, but they don't tell you that, you know, you need the right hardware. And you know what, it's just a pain in the ass. So don't try it unless, you know, you have a lot of free time, and you know, it's make sure you have at least 2 days, you know, to try this, because Apple iOS OS X takes like forever to install. It takes like 100 times longer than Windows. Look at this, it's still loading, you know. I'm in safe mode, but still, it shouldn't take this long. So it should eventually load up this thing that'll let you, you know, do the installation. But just as long as you can get to the installation, that is the hardest part, which is the hardware. And it took me forever. You know, I went through 3 laptops, three desktops, and I finally found one of my desktops works because it has an Intel i7. And also, I had to take the memory out. Like, you know, you gotta take everything out. Just leave one memory chip in there, 2 gigabytes, no more than 4 gigabytes, and you should be able to do it. But you know, once you get the right hardware, you know, you can run, you know, Mac on your computer. You don't even have to overpay, you know, Apple for all their overpriced hardware. Just go get yourself a nice PC setup. You can even build it yourself if you want, and you know, and then just install Hackintosh, and it's the exact same thing, you know. So this is the part where it's gonna start launching the what is it, the installation thing. It takes forever, you know. My video is gonna be like super long. I know it's gonna be like a whole hour, you know, but it can be very helpful for you guys to kind of see, because it took me, I went to like 100 different sites. I burned like 100 different types of iBoots, and finally got it working. And I'll have the link to the one I used, because there's a lot of iBoots out there, and different types of iBoots, EFI and all this crap, and you know, it's like a jungle out there. It's nothing compared to rooting Android or installing ROMs. It's like 100 times more disgustingly dirty. You know, it's just disorganized. and there's not enough developers for it. There's like 1 or 2 guys, you know, and it's not organized. Then if they're gonna actually put out, you know, this kind of stuff, they should really organize it more. It's just a headache for people. I mean, once you get it running, it's cool, but just to get there, it takes way too long. You know, somebody should have a step-by-step guide that works, you know, every time, or a video, you know. And here we go. It's still going. It is so slow. But actually, once you install OSX, it runs just fine. It runs actually pretty fast. I actually did a test with my PC. Because I render 1080p videos using Adobe Premiere, which is available both on PC and Windows and OSX. And I try rendering, and the speeds are exactly the same. So, you know what? Mac OSX doesn't do anything faster. You know, it's all in your hardware. So if you want a faster computer, go buy a faster computer. My mouse is dead. Hold on here. Oh, it's not working. I gotta unplug it. Now this part takes forever. It's gonna take forever to load, so just wait for it. If you don't want to wait, that's too bad. Okay. I don't know why my mouse is not being recognized here. I have an extra mouse here. There you go, mousey. Great. Hold on a second, I'll be back. I gotta hook up my mouse again. You'll probably get stuck at this this point here, but I got my mouse working. Just hit that once. Oh, there we go. You have to wait. Like, it's really slow, especially in safe mode. You can do it without safe mode, but you know, most likely you'll get a lot of errors. You know, unless you have like a Mac, Apple PC, Apple iMac, one of those. Crap. But I'm still proud of myself because I didn't spend any money on a MacBook. You know, the only thing I bought is the Snow Leopard, and you know, I still have my record. I have my clean, perfect record. I've bought 0 MacBooks in my whole life, and I've used, you know, Macs. My first Mac I've used was Hackintosh. But hit continue. Alright, once you get to this point, pat yourself on the back, because this took me 2.5 days just to get here, getting the right hardware. It's a bitch. Hit agree. And then here, you might not see all of this. Go to utilities here, and then we're gonna do this utility. And if you've never installed a Hackintosh or Mac on one of your hard disks, you have to format it. So we're gonna format one of my disks again, just to show you. So make sure which one this is my Windows and my Ubuntu, and this is the other, my free drive. So what you're gonna do is go to partition here and select 1 or 2 partitions. I like to do 2 partitions. That way I can put 50% of the drive as FAT32. That way I can access it. If I reboot into Windows, then I can put files there, and you know, it can be read. I'm not sure. Can it be read by? Yeah, I think it can be read by. Or I can use it, you know, for my Windows stuff. So 1 or 2 partitions. It's up to you. You can name it whatever. I'm gonna name this to OSX. Hold on, my keyboard's not gonna cook up. There we go. So I'm gonna rename it to OSX. OSX, right? And you can leave macOS Extended Journaled, all right? And I've chosen 500 gigabytes. And then for my second one, if you do have a second one, I'm gonna call it FAT, and I'm gonna choose FAT. That way, you know, I can use it for my Windows system. because I don't want the whole gigs there, because I have no use to put that much storage there. And once that's done, here's very important, go to options, make sure you select GUID partition table, okay? Make sure it's GUID partition table. That's very, very important. Do that, and then hit apply and partition. And this will basically quick format partition your drive, and then we can go to the rest of the process, which should be easy. If you get a lot of hangs, you know, it's perfectly normal. Just wait. The installation actually hangs on me, so just make sure you time it right. So here we go. So that's done. You can close it up, and then you'll come back here and you'll be able to see your drive here. And there you go. That's my OSX that I want to install. And hit install, and voila, it's gonna start installing. You don't have to do anything. Just wait until we'll wait together here until you see the minutes, and then I found that this installation thing just, you know, it just kind of freezes on the disk, but it's still working in the background. So what I did is I just time it, whatever time is left. I'm gonna add like 10-20 minutes, and then I just come back and turn off the computer and reboot, and you should be able to boot into your new Mac OS X. So it says 30 minutes, whatever time it says, add about 10 minutes. So I'm gonna come back around 6:05. Well, no, 6:15. I'll be back, and we'll continue this. And don't worry if your mouse starts freezing up on you. Don't worry, just long as you have light coming out of your mouse, is still working. As long as, you know, if you can hear your CD-ROM moving, it's still working. So I'm gonna leave it here. You don't have to do anything. Just leave everything here for, you know, 40 minutes, and I'll be back in 40 minutes, and it should be installed. All right, I'll be back. See y'all later. Actually, you know what? It did get the installation succeeded. It's actually restarting by itself. So you want to take out the CD, the Snow Leopard CD. Take it out right now when it reboots. I just kind of got caught in there. So take it out real quick. Wait till it reboots, and I missed the part where it says it's successful. But if you don't get it, just time it. Like I said, add 10 minutes to whatever, because the first time I did it, it actually stuck on me, but it still worked. So when your computer reboots, immediately take out well, actually no, take it out. Go to setup, go to and replace it with the iBoot disk. All right, take your Snow Leopard out, put the iBoot disk, and boot it. And do Control-Alt-Delete if it went too far. And now you put in the iBoot disk again here. Sorry, it's doing this in a hurry. And you'll be able to see your OS X, and you should be able to see it about here. And you'll see OS X there. So now you can use your keyboard. Hold on, my keyboard is, you might want to unplug and plug in your USB if your keyboard's not working correctly. There you go. Here, don't just do it. You're gonna enter graphics enabler, the same thing, equal no space minus X space minus V, like that. All right. Is that right? No, actually, you know what? Don't do the minus X. That's the safe mode. You actually want to not do the safe mode, because you have to now update it to the latest Snow Leopard. What version was that? Anyway, the latest version. I'll show you that. So enter that, and I switched my camera lens. That's why, because I was doing it in my other video. And hit enter. Graphics enabler equal no space minus V. All right. And this should boot you into the new, there you go, you get a bunch of stuff. It'll boot you into OS X. And while this is going on, I'm gonna actually switch my lens. Actually, hold on. I'll wait for this here. Yeah, let me switch it right now. I'll be right back. So to actually boot it, I got the welcome screen, and select your country, hit continue, select your keyboard, hit continue. Do not transfer my information now, hit continue, or you can do transfer information if you want to, but you can do that later, I think. And select, oh, you know what? My wireless network just popped up, so that's good. I'm not gonna actually do this right now. Well, let me do that actually. Let me connect. Now, if you don't get internet now, don't worry. You can do it later. Hit continue. And I got a kernel thing. So what I'm gonna do is actually don't do the wireless. It's gonna give you one of those things. So I'm just gonna do I'm gonna turn my computer off and turn it back on and skip that setting there. Because you'll want to install the extra drivers later. There we go. So I'm gonna reboot now. By the way, Bacchus D is a really good drink while you install OSX. And you're gonna choose Mac OS X again. Same thing. There we go. Choose Mac OS X or OS X and type graphics enabler equal no. And make sure you capitalize G, E, and N, just like that. I'll zoom in there so you can see better. And space and type -V and enter. And that'll enter you back. And this time you'll be able to see the whole thing because I lost it while I was switching my lens there. Oh, let me do this so you can see the bottom part better. And also after this, you'll have to download the new update unless you want to stay on the 6. What is this? The 6.0 or. We'll check it. Okay, we'll do this again. Select US, continue. US, continue. Do not transfer, continue. And feel good to go. And just say continue. Don't select one. Just choose different network setup. Just say my computer does not connect to the internet. You can connect later. If you do it now, you'll run into problems like I just showed you. Continue, continue, continue. Make your account here. I'll make it real quick. Oops, max, and enter your password. And next, we're gonna do continue. And set your city, time zone. Continue. Done, and voila, you'll boot into the OS X. Now you'll have to install the drivers. This is the next part, but you'll first want to upgrade. You can go to Mac up here, about this Mac, and you'll see that I'm on 10.6, but you can upgrade to 10.6.8, and also there's a way to do the Lion, but I'm not going to go there today. I'm just going to update you to 10.6.8. Go download. Did I tell you? You probably want to use 2 computers so you can actually follow this and download more stuff. Go download that file, the 10.6.8, and copy it over to here. And also the multi-beast tool. You'll need those 2 things. Copy it over to your USB hard disk, or you can use your flash drive. I'm going to use my flash drive here. And let me plug it in here. Is it here? It should recognize it. Actually, no, that's not. I'm gonna connect it. I ran out of USB ports, so I'm gonna have to go behind the computer. I'm gonna plug it in here real quick. There you go, and the light's on. And you'll see my USB drive pop up there. and we're gonna update to 10.6.8. The two files, you can do this before you begin. You probably did. So the 10.6.8.dmg and also the multi-beast. Alright, I'm gonna copy both over to the desktop here, and I'll be back when this is done. Anyway, the main reason I'm installing OSX is because sometimes I want to, when I make routing methods and I want to include Mac OSX files, I cannot test it because I don't have a Mac. This way, from now on, I'll be able to make Mac tutorials for Mac users. That way more iHorse can become, Android, get high on Android, So it's kind of cool. And also maybe I might put more Hackintoshes just for fun on some of my other laptops. So that's done. Before you do anything, go to unzip it, unzip the multi-beast. I already unzipped it. And then if you go to multi-beast Snow Leopard edition, you can run the package, alright, and let it run right there. Alright, we're not going to touch it. And next we're going to run the DMG, double click on it, the 10.6.8 update. Alright, and it's going to verify, it's going to install. Don't restart when it's done. You don't want to restart. You want to install this multi-beast. Basically what the multi-beast is, installs, configures all the drivers for you very easily. So you'll get this combo update. Double click on it. There we go. And hit continue. And let it update. Continue. Continue. Agree. Install. And this should take, put your password here, and continue, and it's going to validate packages and everything. And while that's going, let me explain what the multi-beast does. There's two modes. You can use kex files. Basically it kind of automates everything. It's pretty easy to use. You run the multi-beast and it will actually install the to the bootloader, so you don't need the CD to boot into OSX. And also you can keep the iBoots just in case something goes wrong. You can always boot into your OSX, or if you're gonna make a dual boot with Windows or Ubuntu, after you install it, if you can't get into OSX, you can use that CD again. And basically this one will install the bootloader and also the driver files you'll need. Most likely you'll not have to go find other files. This tool has everything in it. If it doesn't, just you can go find the kex files. They call it kext with K. I think it's a really stupid name. But this guy is pretty cool. He's invented pretty much all the Hackintosh installation tools or something, I think. Tony Mac x86. You can go, I'll have links to his sites. That's where I kind of got the instructions. So I'll be back when this is done installing the new 10.6.8 update. So this is the multi-beast. Actually, let me just add, if you can't, for some reason, if you can't get your graphics card to work on your new OSX, you can always do that graphics enabler equal no at boot to disable the graphics card with the full graphics, and then you can boot it and go search for kex files. Go find, let's say if you have my graphics card, ATI Radeon 5770 kext, and you'll find kex files that people made for that graphics card, and you can install it. And you can go Google how to install kext on OSX, and basically you have to move the file somewhere here, and there's also a way to do it in the command prompt. So there's a bunch of ways if something goes wrong or if you need certain drivers, but it's probably out there. Just have to look for it. But if you have like an older PC like mine, which is from 2010, this multi-beast should just install everything, and everything should work out of the box. Currently I do have everything working: the video, sound, USB, eSATA, my extra HDMI port on my graphics card. So everything's working once, you know, we get through this part. And I think for those of you who want to install Lion OS, just get the Lion OS, and also this is multi-beast for Snow Leopard. But if you go to his Tony Mac's site, he has another one made for a Lion. Basically, you install the Lion update, and before you reboot, use the multi-beast for Lion, and to install your drivers again, because I think when you update, it'll reset all your drivers. And then you should have Lion. But I'm not going to go there because I'm not going to use my OSX all that often. I'm just going to use it for my routing videos. That's what I got it for. And there's no actually performance enhancements with OSX, other than it's just a different OS. And it's just, you know, it's just more, I have to learn. Well, I don't have to learn, it's just dumbing down everything. But I've got my new I ordered a Windows computer because somebody pointed out on one of my videos, I think my CPU fan videos, CPU fan cleaning video, that I have an old PC, and time just goes so fast for me. I didn't realize I still had my 2010 desktop, my cheapie. I usually upgrade once a year, so I bought this really nice Intel i7X. What is it called? It's 3.6 gigahertz. It's a gamer's desktop from last year, but I mean, it's still fast. I'm not going to spend like $5,000 on the latest and best when you can wait a year and, you know, get the same thing for a lot less. But it's going to be great. I'm going to be able to upload like 10 times more videos, because your bottleneck is never, you know, your brain. It's always your computer. And, you know, when I first got my 386 DX25 megahertz computer back in 1989, which is still slower than, you know, which is like thousands of times slower than our Android phones now. You know, I thought that was really fast. And then, you know, it's like the computers and the humans evolve, and, you know, human brains kind of evolve faster, and, you know, the computer can never catch up to how fast your brain can work. So it's amazing that how fast computers got, and it's still slower. So when this is done, we're gonna leave this aside, and let's load up multi-beast here, and let me adjust it so you can see it better. I want to learn Australian accent. That would be freaking awesome. Asian guy who can speak Australian accent, and hit continue. And we're gonna continue. If it force closes you like that, just ignore it and run it again. Run the multi-beast again. Run the package again, and start over. Continue. Continue. Agree. And here, you can do the Easy Beast install. The DSDT is for advanced users. You don't have to use that. And then also check on system utilities. All right, that's fine. And also drivers and bootloaders. And don't click all of them. Actually, go to each one. For audio, choose the driver. It probably should pop up whatever hardware you have. If you don't, you can choose a universal. I'm going to choose Realtek because I have Realtek audio. And for disk, I left that alone. You don't have to mess with the disk, I think. For graphics, see it pops up my ATI injectors and patches. So I'm going to actually select all of them for that. That's going to fix my graphics. I'm not sure what all this is, so I'm not gonna. You can always go back and install new ones after you get your graphics, the main things working. So you can do that later. You can run this tool as many times as you want to install whatever you didn't install. But for now, for network, I have Realtek Gigabit Ethernet. All right, and for bootloaders, you can just check the bootloader on. Customizations, you probably don't have to mess with that. And then OSX 86 software, install all of those. And that's pretty much it. And just do continue and install and enter your password, and it should start installing. And when this is done, you can reboot, take the iBoot CD out. Your computer should able to boot by itself, and also it should fix my sound, my graphics, and voila, I should be on what is this? Keep forgetting. Sorry, I didn't get any sleep last night because I just got this working today. 10.6.8. So Snow Leopard. That's, I think, the last version of Snow Leopard before you go to the Lion. But I'm not, you know, again, I'm just gonna use this computer for rooting videos. So what's the point of me installing Lion? Maybe I'll do it. I'll have a video update. But once you get this part, everything else is pretty easy. Just getting the installation done is the hardest. And then once this is done, you reboot and everything's working, you can turn off your computer, put all your memory back, and it should work. Just the installation CD, it's kind of screwy. So it's done. Close it, and you're all ready to go. And restart. And we should have a fully working OSX on my crappy HP E270F computer I bought in September 2010. Actually, it's not that crappy, it's pretty good. It's my main computer, but I've got my new computer coming. It's gonna be awesome. I'll have an unboxing video. You know, I was gonna build my own, but then, you know, I just don't have time right now. And you know, if I spend a day doing that, I'm gonna be behind in everything. And I'm already behind like 2 days or 3 days because of this this installation, which really sucks sometimes. And if you don't have, if you can't get your USB to work to install the update and the multi-beast, you can actually burn it to a CD also, and you know, use your CD drive. So, and I think there's actually a way you can use EFI boot and use a flash drive instead of the. If you can burn your Snow Leopard into your USB, which I'm not going to get into. But for those of you who have laptops without CDs, I'm sure there's a way. Maybe I'll have a video on that too. So I went into the iBoot, right? I forgot to take out my disk. I'm gonna take it out now, and we're gonna actually reboot. I'm gonna take out my iBoot disk, and we're gonna actually Control-Alt-Delete, and we'll reboot it. And this should boot us right into OSX. If you have any trouble, you can hit any key here and enter that the graphic enabler equal no, and also you can see the message by doing -V. And you can also do safe mode by doing -X. But those three are probably the best. And there's some other ones, but for me that's the three commands that work for me. And there you go, OSX on your PC. Booyah! So now you don't have to go spend. Well, I know a lot of you've been doing this already. I'm like way behind, but there. So my graphics working. Let's load up. Let's load up YouTube real quick. Oh, there we go. You can go to settings and connect your Wi-Fi or network, but there we go. So let me go to network here, and I'm actually connected. I guess the setting I entered earlier worked, but you can find your thing, also your Ethernet or FireWire. So I'm connected to the interwebs, and let's go to the YouTube. And let me. I think I forgot to hook up the audio cable, and let me do that right now, real quick. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. There we go, and let's go to YouTube and check that it's working. there you go. So, just load it up. And even Flash is working, is it? What happens? Hold on. So my audio isn't working. I think I installed the wrong drivers. So what I'm gonna do is run the multi-beast again, and I'm just gonna update it and reboot. So I'm gonna do continue, 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 agree, and under drivers, under audio, I'm gonna choose universal this time, and also check the what is it? Check the system utilities again, because you need to rebuild caches and repair permissions when you make a change to the text, which is your drivers here. So I've got my audio changed here to universal. Just click one of them. Just follow the instructions here. Use your common sense. Continue. Install. And I'm gonna reboot, and my thing should work. Let me enter it. And this will install, and I'll have audio. Looks like my video's working fine, as you can see here. It's pretty fast. Yeah, let's go to YouTube again. Whoop. And let's look at this trailer here. And you can also go to About This Mac, more info here. And you can see all the different stuff you have, and you can see audio built in. It seems like my Intel high definition audio is loaded, but it's not working for some reason. So hopefully this will work. Yes, it will work. That's what I did the first time. So I'm going to install the universal text or whatever, and it should work. And if it doesn't work, you can go download your text, KEXT, which is pretty much drivers for your OSX, kind of. So I'm making this video also, you know, because there's no real, well, there's a couple of videos out there, but it can be helpful, and I'm just adding my input, what happened to me, and you know, if I have to install this again on another computer, I might forget all the steps, and you know, it's a great way for me to remember. And still these days, sometimes I forget how to root a phone if I didn't root it for 6 months, but I just go back to my own instructions, and voila, I'm good to go. No, don't restart yet. And wait till the multi-beast finishes, and we'll reboot. I'll be back when this is done. Okay, you might get an error like this. Don't worry about it. Just turn off your computer and turn it on. That's part of the installation sometimes. I'm going to turn it off. Turn it on. And my audio should now be working with the universal text, or whatever, the multi-beast tool. And I'll have a bunch of rooting videos using Mac now, thanks to having a, you know, OSX on my computer, and you can watch out for those. I'll have a Mac Ubuntu, and also for my Windows. So I'll have all three now, all three tutorials for every rooting video. That way you can follow step by step. You know, one of the things I realized while trying to do this is, like, you know what, this is probably the similar things are happening to people on Android. Even though there's a lot of good instructions out, it's hard to follow those instructions. But if you have the exact setup, exact video of what you're trying to do, it makes things so much easier. So that's what I'm doing. That's my kind of my job, and you know, and there we go. So let's go load up Safari. and go to YouTube. And it should work now. I think it was working earlier.
Here, Bruce.
There you go.
Or on Wayne Simmons. Have you ever scored a more painful goal?
So my video's working, my internet's working, my wireless card's working, and everything's working. And anyway, that's how you install OSX Hackintosh on your PC. And I'll have another video maybe. No, actually, I think this is good enough. I don't want to install any more Hackintosh. This is just fine. Watch out for the Mac rooting videos. I know, you know, everybody, a lot of you have been telling me now you'll have a full step-by-step instruction with a Mac, not just with Ubuntu. So thanks you guys. Hopefully that will help you install Hackintosh. And don't try this unless you have a lot of time on your hands. It's just a pain. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed watching my video. Go install Hackintosh on your PCs. Oh yeah, if you're on, I'm gonna start a new site called Hackintosh PC. It's not up yet. You know, maybe I might just do this once in a while just for fun. But I'll have all my instructions there just in case I forget. But it can help you too, I guess. And if you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button here. Favorite it, and also subscribe to my channel. Thanks if you have already, and share this with your friends on Twitter, Facebook, or GooglePlus. I'm gonna get high on Android. Actually, you know what? I haven't actually gotten high. I've got to get high on Android soon. See y'all later.